That is a Pioneer 650. Welcome to J.K. McLeod. I know I usually do McCullochs, but the 650's kind of caught my eye. I've always liked the design from, say, I don't know, say 1955 to 1965. Everything had that space age look. There was cars and radios. Even your toaster looked like it could fly. So I picked up a 650. That one there had no spark, needed a carb rebuild. It was, oh, I don't know, about half-inch thick tar sludge inside the tank. The hoses were gone. You know, someone had left it for probably 20 years, just sitting like that. So I figured I'd cut my teeth on that one, get it up and running. Then I picked up this second one. This one hasn't been so lucky. All in here was completely encased in sawdust and grime and gunk and whatever. I took a gallon-sized Ziploc bag and just on this side filled it up with just the garbage that was in here. I still have a long way to go. And this one, like the other one, it does have a boatload of compression, so I know it's pretty good, but it doesn't have spark. And I'm sure the carburetor needs to be rebuilt and the tank taken out. And one thing I like about these is they have a sight glass, a little sight sediment bowl, which I thought was pretty cool. I've only seen that on Briggs and Strattons. And the oiler still oils. She's got compression, pretty decent amount. So what we're gonna do now is have some spark, rebuild the carb, and see if we can get this gal back in shape. Because this one was beat hard. I don't think it was ever cleaned, not a one. No. First thing to do is see if we can get this thing some spark. So we got to remove the flywheel and take this little cover off the cup, and then we'll see what's inside. It's probably just gunk. Hopefully, it's just garbage and crap on the points. Yeah. Let's get this started. There we go. Now that we cleaned her up a little bit, still got a long way just to go. I've never ever had one this dirty. You know, even the old Macs haven't been opened since day one. This one here, yeah, beats them by a mile. Now I've seen a bunch of videos on the 650s, 610s, 620s running, but no one actually doing a video on how to get it there. I figured, all right, well, this might be my cue. I cut my teeth on the other 650. Let's see if we can get this one running, because this one's in much worse shape. We'll see what comes along. Now, the first thing I do is after you take the starter cover off, it's just 4 screws right there. And the starter has a unique design where these little tabs come up on one side and they catch the inside rim of this cup and wedge themselves in. So I turn sideways if I get this to come up. Yeah, see, one side comes up, catches the cup, and then it wedges itself. And then when the pressure releases, it goes back. Just under. Problem is, I think this one's pretty worn because I'm starting to get a little slippage, and these little ends have to be sharp because they have to actually bite into this little cup, and I don't see very many bite marks. Looks like someone ground it, but grounded it in the wrong direction. We'll see if this is salvageable. I've looked on the on eBay and places like that to try to get these little pawls. No luck. I'm gonna see who has them. That I'll see if I can fabricate something or try to get it to work. Okay. Now, unlike most McCullochs, where the clutch side is left-hand thread and the flywheel side is right-hand, on these it's reversed. It's left-hand thread on the flywheel side. Yeah. Let's get a fresh battery, because that also helps. and the cup should pop right out. I guess it needs a little help. Here's no one's ever opened up. This will work on the points. Let's see if we can condense it. This gal's in there. Alright, there's the washer. Let's see if we can give it a bit more convincing. A bit more convincing. Oh, that gal's in there, huh? Let me see if we get the washer out. There we go. Wash her out. This gal should just pop right out. Okay, let's see if we can give her a little turn. Hate to have to heat this thing up. There we go. Right along the threads. And there's the flywheel. And this cup seems kind of worn. So let's see what we can do. And a little fancy cover. We'll paint it up. I think I'm going to take all the paint off this, make it all nice and shiny again. Always like that on the home lights. And remove the flywheel. Handy dandy little puller. Okay, get them started. Make sure everything is where it should be. Okay. Down a little further. Sitting there. Too far. There we go. Get them all nice and even. So we get even pressure. Spaced on all sides. There you go. And this is 11/16. No, little bigger. That's 11/16. Let's try. What's that, 3/4? No, too loose. Ah, here we go. That's better. dial this down a little bit. There we go. Gentle persuasion. And off she comes. Now I've always just stuck a screwdriver onto one end and got the nut to the end and beat it with a ball peen hammer just to get it off. And I've never had a magnet go bad on me, but as old as these are and as hard as the parts are to find, I don't want to take any chances. Okay, inside is nice and pretty and clean. It's probably the cleanest part of the whole saw. And there we are. That ought to look familiar. Okay. Slide this little tab over. Oh, yeah, this one still has a little plastic cover. And that one did not. I'm sure this one has never been touched. And there they are. Okay. Oh, yeah, and they look pretty darn dirty. Now let's pop this plug out. I like finding top dead center a whole lot easier. Oh yeah, they're barely moving. And the gap is all wrong. Now, this one here, like the other one, conveniently, let's see if we can get that. Set the points. 020. Love the old saws. They knew that you would somehow have to field service these things at some point. So, let's get to sanding and cleaning up the points. There we go. And just reach down in there, sand the points, get them all nice and clean, and then we'll gap them. Let me get them all clean first, and then we'll come back for the gapping. Okay, now that we got the points all cleaned up, get it. Get a gap right there. Right there between it. Now I tried it with an 020, which is what the manufacturer recommends, and it's a little tight. So we're going to open them up a little bit. This way the spark times properly. Motion. Motion. There we go. Perfect. The gauge might be nice and straight. That's a little tension on here. There we go. Make sure the points don't close. Give it another check. Make sure a little too loose. Let's see if we can just put a little tension on there. And nice and tight. Try not to move it. That. Double check. Close. I could go a tad tighter. These points are pretty worn. Get that just a little tighter. There we go. That's better. Should just get a little bit of resistance. Tight. Cover back on. Garbage out. There we go. Seated properly. And that little nub. And hopefully we got it. Now I'm going to clean all this mess up before I put the flywheel back on. No sense in doing it twice. I'll get flywheel back on and we'll see what we get.